Nastasia, you told Uber you didn't get your food? They got your drink right there. You must want to be internet famous today, huh, baby?
I'm at work, please.
I don't care. I'm at work. I have 2 kids.
This woman right here could kill. She could kill. Because she's just all kind of entitled and just so disrespectful. To put this woman in this position, because these Uber Eats drivers and Door Dashers can be fired for this sort of thing. And y'all out here just teething?
Love me or hate me, God knows you made it when he let his eyes on me.
Hello everyone, you are watching and listening to the This Baby Gal podcast. My name is Rogan. On my platform, I do social commentary and reaction videos. I encourage my audience to have private conversations in public. So let's just jump right in. You know, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing, by the way? Y'all good? Everything good with you and your family? I was one of those people who was really, really disgusted to see the video that I'm about to show you all of I don't know if she's Uber or DoorDash, but a food delivery driver had dropped some food off to this woman who'd ordered some McDonald's. And the woman said that she didn't get her food. That usually is grounds to fire someone. A lot of people have gotten fired from their job because they, obviously the person paid for the food service and they didn't get their food. And so people have been getting fired or getting bad reviews and all that sort of stuff. And so what's happening is you have a lot of Door Dashers, a lot of Uber Eat drivers, now confronting individuals about lying about not receiving their food. And this one happened at a medical facility. And no long talking, I'm just going to jump right into it and we're going to do some reaction today. This is a true reaction video. So let's go.
So I'm doing Uber Eats and Nastasia decided to say she didn't get her food. Nastasia, you told Uber you didn't get your food? They got your drink right there. You must want to be internet famous today, huh, baby?
I'm at work, please.
I don't care. I'm at work. I have 2 kids. I make $2 a trip. $2. Okay. And you gonna lie and say I didn't bring your food with your McDonald's cup right there?
That's fine.
That's fine. Well, guess what? You're going on social media. I'm gonna add all your job information and all that. And I'm calling back up. Matter of fact, where's your manager?
She's not here.
Yes, she is.
My manager's not here.
Well, I need to speak with somebody that's not you.
She's with a patient right now.
Okay, I'll wait. That's bold. And if you believe in God, I will repent. Lying and stealing is a sin. You taking food out my kid's mouth. And I'm so glad that I'm saved enough and comfortable enough with myself because I'm a recovering alcoholic and that could have set me back. You don't know what people going through. And it's not okay. It's not. You're not even trying to apologize or anything.
Because I'm at work.
So what? You already called out and you're basically saying you did it. You're not saying it's false. So the right thing to do would be to apologize, right? Right, okay. You shouldn't try that again, especially when you don't know if you the first trip or not. Or just don't do it. You was right down the street. Went had McDonald's. Wasn't it 2 spicy McChickens and a big red, large? Yeah. I remember the order. And can you make sure it's fresh, please? Got the audacity to ask for accommodations and then lie.
Okay, so that's the extent of that video. This woman right here could kill. She could kill. Because she's just all kind of entitled and just so disrespectful. To put this woman in this position, because these Uber Eats drivers and Door Dashers can be fired for this sort of thing. You can't, because the customer's paying their money and then they're reporting that they didn't receive their food. That's theft. But the real thief is this woman with this head wrap. And she's sitting here, and I know, I think she's embarrassed. And I know she ain't typing nothing on that computer. She just putting like random numbers. I could just tell. For her to talk about, oh, my boss ain't here, like she should have jumped up immediately and apologized. She was unapologetic, and she's lucky she ran into the right person, because I've seen other Door Dashers go off cussing and carrying on in the facility. This woman being a recovering alcoholic and still having the presence of mind to be respectful and not curse and carry on. This lady, by the way, with the head wrap, she was fired. Rightfully so, because let me tell you what this medical facility, what was the name of this medical facility? Let me see, because it was right here. Hillside Medical Group. I think that's what it says. Hillside Medical Group wasn't about to have 10 million TikTokers calling there and saying, why is this woman still working there? And I wouldn't, if I were the owner of Hillside, I wouldn't want her working for my facility either. You're doing something to get somebody fired from their job because you wanted 2 free McChicken sandwiches? No remorse. Nothing. And the lady says, and you're not even going to apologize. And she goes, because I'm at work. What does that have to do with anything? This lady's at work. This happens so often. I mean, listen, those of you who are out there who are Uber Eats drivers and Door Dashers, like I really salute you, because I ordered Uber Eats one time, and this lady, it was freezing outside in DC, freezing. And I just did not want to go in my car. Now, I thought she was coming in a car. She came on a bicycle. She had gotten my food and she came on a bicycle in the cold. I felt so bad. Of course, I had to give her like a huge tip, because I'm like, damn, you out here. I didn't want to go in my car. And she was on her bike. So you don't even know what the situation is, or how, like people are hustling just to make a buck. And this lady said, I get $2 for this. No disrespect, but $2 is nothing for that ride. And I think with Uber Eats, I'm surprised this happened, because with Uber Eats, at least with the lady who I ordered from, I was given a code. I don't know if that's happened with you guys before, but I was given a code and I had to give it to the Uber Eats driver before I could get, or a rider or whatever, before I got my food. And that way it confirmed that you provided it, so you got your food. Now, I'm sure people can make the claim that, yes, I gave her the thing, and when I got upstairs, it wasn't in there. People could say stuff like that, but I just think it's really tacky. And this is not the only person this has happened to. She deserved to be fired. I'm sorry. There are folks who are saying, what does one thing have to do with the other? That's a personal matter. Why would her job fire her for that? Nobody is going to allow you to work in their facility if you're going to bring ill repute to their facility. Now Hillside is all over TikTok, and people saying, blaming the Uber Eats driver. No, blame this lady for lying. She shouldn't have done that and put that woman's job in jeopardy. You heard her say she has 2 kids, and a lot of people would have gone off, blasted her in the worst way. Let's hear, she doesn't appear on camera, the lady, but let's hear what else she had to say, because this, a lot of people were trying to donate to her through GoFundMe. So let's hear what else she had to say.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you to all the people that have sent me donations and all the comments of love and concern and support and inspiring me to keep on with my sobriety and encouraging me to continue to stand up for myself, because a lot of people don't stand up for themselves. And what she did was wrong. She lied on me for no reason, and I don't like being lied on, because I'm not going to lie on you. I mean, that's not the way I move. There was more so of you not about to get away with what you did, not so much of getting her fired. That was her consequence to her action. And that was out of my control. That had nothing to do with me. I did not give out her work information. Yeah, I went to her job because that's the address that I had. I knew where she worked at because that's where I delivered her order. So I couldn't go confront her at home. But that's neither here or there. I want to say thank you for all the love and support. I just say thank you.
So it ended there. I really appreciate it again. The fact that she was so calm, and I mean, she said she didn't give out any information. That was the address that she had on hand. She didn't intend to give out the name of the company. She was recording the lady, and it happened to be a paper on the table that said Hillside Medical Group. So, I mean, but she didn't say, I'm at so-and-so. So, but that was just the consequence. That was just her karma. Wouldn't it be funny, ladies and gentlemen, if that lady with the head wrap, the floral head wrap, if she, after being fired, decided to go and work as like an Uber Eats driver or a DoorDash driver. And then she has to face the consequence of somebody doing something like that to her after she worked so hard and went out and got the food and delivered it and they did that to her. Some things I laugh at. Some things are just so comical to me. But in this instance, because I know the backstory with this lady having children and, coming off of, being in her sobriety era after being an alcoholic for so long, it's like, I really feel sorry for her. And I'm happy that so many people are stepping up. We have a lot of good people out there who are like, no, let me donate to this lady, help her out. Even if it's a short-term thing, it still helps a great deal. I'm sure she's making more money from those donations than she would have from doing those deliveries. And let me just show you this one other video. This is not her, but I just want to show you again. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's pretty long. But again, this happens to so many people who are doing deliveries for Uber Eats or DoorDash. But just take a listen to this one.
Hi, good. I delivered food here yesterday from Chipotle, and you put down that I didn't deliver it to you because I just got fired from my job. Yeah, it was you. This is my only source of income. I do this all day. Now I'm fired from my job because you want your $10 burrito? Are you out of your mind? Who does this? Who does that? You got me fired. Like, I need the corporate number or something. Because I need to get your ass fired. Does anyone have a corporate number? You have one?
I'll contact DoorDash.
Yeah. All right, you want to say that you got your food?
I'll contact them, but...
No, what? Did you get your food or what?
How are you?
I even called my lawyer. He told me I can call the cops because it's theft. It's theft. Are you going to say you got your food or not? Or should I call the cops? Because you're stealing.
I'm not stealing.
Yeah, you are stealing.
I need you to...
Yeah, who does it?
Oh, you're definitely stealing. You're definitely stealing, young lady. Yeah, it's theft.
Who raised your ass? Who raised you? Seriously. Piece of trash. That's what you are. Trash. Are you the manager? Can I help you? Yeah, I delivered food here yesterday from Chipotle on DoorDash. I DoorDash all day. That's my main source of income. That's all I do. And this girl, I delivered it to her, and then she went on DoorDash and put down that I didn't deliver it here. So then this morning I wake up to go DoorDash, and I'm fired because of her. Because she said I didn't deliver it. I would never do that. I had it right to her. That's the girl. Is there a corporate number I can call or something? Because you guys have thieves working here.
I'm going to stop it right there because it goes on. It's pretty long, but I will put the link to the video so you can watch it for yourself on TikTok. That disgusted me too, to hear that guy say, this is my only source of income. So you out here ruining people's lives because you want free food, a $10 burrito. That's why I say there are things I can laugh at. And like when you talk about people losing their job, innocently losing their job, they didn't do anything to deserve it. Like I really feel for them. And y'all really need to put a stop to this. And I don't know what DoorDash and Uber Eats can do. I mean, they should ban these people from their platform, but then like they could start a new profile and all that stuff with a new credit card and they wouldn't know who it is. But I don't know. They need to expose these people, real talk, because you don't do that to people. You don't know what situation they're in. And let me tell you again, they're lucky they got these decent people who came back and were like, oh, you're ruining my life. You've done this. And they're very calm. Even though they're upset, they're calm. Because some people, if they got fired, would have shown up and they know where you work, dum-dum, or they know where you live, dum-dum. They come back and get to capping. So y'all really taking a risk with these people. You don't know people's mindset. What if this guy, what if he was on the brink of eviction and he just needed this run to make his money for his rent? And you do something like this, y'all better stop. Get up, go drive, go walk, go ride your bike to go to McDonald's to get your McChicken. If that, don't hire people, because if you're going to hire them, you need to pay them. and stop lying in these apps, because when legitimate stuff happens, like one time I got food that was not mine and I had to report it, and they wouldn't even give me back a full refund. They were like, oh, we'll take off something. I'm like, but this is not what I ordered. So that's unfair to people like me. But before we go any further, you know what time it is. It's time for hot takes and head shakes. The part of the show where I feature your feedback, best takes, wildest reactions, and maybe a few clapbacks from you all in the comments section. All right, let's see what made it to the feed this week. And we are having tether fatigue. You fled here begging with your hands out to the lands my ancestors built. What the hell? You have the nerve to keep talking about Black Americans. Why don't we talk about how the Bahamas, outside of the resorts the white people own, is a shanty town, all of failures. You tethers come to America and commit crimes under the guise of being Black. We have had it with you and African and Caribbean tethers. This person is a clown, like a whole clown, not a half clown. And I would explain more, except this person, Torrance Solace, doesn't strike me as someone who's interested in being educated. So why waste my time? What I will say to the audience who doesn't know any better is go and visit the Bahamas for yourself, and then you'll realize what a bunch of crock Torrance Solace is talking. He is insane. And this is something a lot of Caribbean and African content creators have to deal with on the daily. I've dealt with this for years now. It's comical to me. This next comment comes from Teresa Preston, who says, I think you made an excellent point when you said those who are shouting racism are literally telling on themselves. Well done. Accountability is extremely critical for progress. So very, very true. I could not agree more. Thank you so much for dropping your comment. This next comment comes from Oscar Cuellar. I don't know if he pronounces it Cuellar or Cuellar. But anyway, when the lady said go start your own cruise line, all I could think of was a huge purple ship like the plane on that old movie LMAO. I think he's referring to Soul Plane. And yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. And you see how that ended. That didn't end too well. Trail Barge 12 says, what's with the effed up spelling of gal? Well, it's not an effed up spelling, Trail Barge 12. That is the Caribbean spelling of gal. We don't say gal. How's that gal doing? That seems very country American, but in the Caribbean, we say gyal and we spell it Gyal. It's gyal, and it's with our accent, so we don't say gal. This next comment comes from Crescendo Singer. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Crescendo or Crescenda Singer. Just discovered you and very much enjoyed your podcast and the way you covered this delicate subject with such wit and sensitivity. I think this one was the Carnival Cruise Line having ratchet fatigue video. Also, even though this is off the subject, you and the beautiful way you apply your makeup are delightful. Thank you so much, Crescenda. By the way, for those of you who are going to be asking me what color eyeshadow I'm wearing, because that's a question I get a lot, it's this Smurf palette, the Smurfs, that I got from TJ Maxx. Dun, 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 TJ Maxx, you should go. I don't know where you can find it outside of TJ Maxx, but I will try to look for it and link it in the video. And you can also see all the makeup I wore in this video towards the end. Okay. Thank you so much, Crescendo or Crescendo. Please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. Stephanie S.9543 says, I love how respectful and graceful you talk about this really heavy topic. Really great job done here. Chapeau? I don't know what that means. Is that French or something? Thank you so very much. And I think that they're referring to the segregation video, should we segregate video? Thank you so much for watching that. And it was a heavy topic. And I think it's something I'm going to explore in depth in the future as well. And probably have somebody on the platform to talk with me. This next one comes from Elaine Reason-BP3JS says, Rogan, I love your channel and I have so much respect and admiration for you and your approach to all subjects that you bring to the table. Since we're on a discussion about what women go through to be beautiful, I just want to tell you how beautiful you are inside and out. I think you are a cog in the machine that will one day bring us all together. Much love to you, sister. Keep up the good work. That was such a beautiful and sweet comment. I think that was in relation to the video where I talked about how we put like this crazy pressure on us to kind of stay youthful and look young. And please check that video out. And I was just saying how like in Hollywood, they just throw people away after a certain age, especially when it comes to women. And even in society, we tend to do that. Everyone's getting older. I'm getting older. Fine lines are starting to show on my face. I'm getting gray hairs in my head, and it is what it is. I mean, the gray hairs are nature's dye, so I'm not even worried about that. Getting older is a privilege. I have so many friends and family members who are not here today. They died locked in their youth forever. And I would take old age over dying young. I promise you. And so get used to, my face is going to age right before this camera. So don't think I'm going to be looking hot all the rest of my life. Nope. But I am going to have a hot gal mentality. More fire. More fire. This next comment comes from Madness8875, says, your channel was recommended by YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. And I'm happy that I found it. You are an inspiration to a fellow Bahamian gal. This girl, thank you so much. I always get super excited when Bahamians come into the comment section because I know how it is back home. You know, the content creation space is starting to grow now, and I'm so proud of that. But I remember, like, if you said you were a blogger or a vlogger or a content creator, people look at you like, do you have a real job? Even some people today still feel that way. And let me tell you something, these fake jobs making a lot of real money. Don't sleep on it. That's all I'll say. But thank you so much, honey. And I really appreciate your support. This next comment comes from Caitlin B5487. I would totally watch a true crime channel by you. I appreciate common sense commentary on any subject. Thanks for the great content. So I had mentioned in my previous video that someone said that I should do a true crime channel. And guess what? That's in the works. So if you guys are interested in that, please stay tuned and I will give you all the details in the weeks to come, because I am a big true crime fan. Okay. This last comment comes from, this was in response to the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. He just died. He passed away in Costa Rica. He drowned this week. So sad. So this woman, Rory Marine 2968, says, I am gutted. This is so heartbreaking for us that grew up with him. This is so sad. I'm 54 in 2 months. That's Malcolm Jamal's age. He was of my generation. I am crying for someone I never met but meant so much to my childhood. I totally understand. You know, for those of you who watched the Cosby Show, the Huxtables were like such a wonderful representation of the black family, you know, middle class family. I loved everything about that show, and Theo was so fine. Definitely my condolences to his family members and of course his fellow cast members. But thank you so much, everyone who weighed in on this conversation. I really appreciate and previous videos. Thank you so much. And keep the comments coming. You could very well hear your comment being read on the platform. A lot of you are enjoying me reading the comments and reacting to some of them. I really appreciate it. Someone asked me, why would you read the bad comments? Well, I don't expect people to come across my platform and just give me glowing reviews. That's life. People are going to have negative things to say. If it's really, really ridiculously toxic, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to block you. But some things are just laughable. And I share these comments too, so that you all understand like what a lot of content creators go through. You know, I'm not a celebrity, but I do have a channel that is very public, and people are going to make, you know, statements, and I'm always going to love what I have to say. And I don't want to be here. I'm not going to sit here and just read a bunch of toxic comments. That's not good for me. And y'all don't want to just hear a bunch of toxic comments, and I'm not going to just read a bunch of glowing comments. Although sometimes I got to go digging deep for the bad comments, which is a good thing in some respects. But I thank each and every one of you, whether you agree with me or not. You know, you have an opportunity to make it to the content feed or the comment feed. So thank you so much for that. Be sure to follow me on my blog, This Baby Gal. Follow me on Instagram at This Baby Gal, on TikTok at This Baby Gal TBG. I'm also on Rumble. And of course, if you are listening to this podcast, you can watch me on YouTube at youtube.com/thisbabygal. If you are watching on YouTube and you're interested in future episodes, just listening on your drive to work or wherever, you can go on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere else, iHeartRadio, where you get your podcasts. You can listen there. If you want to contribute to this channel, there are various ways you can become a channel member. The details are down below in the description box. You can buy me a coffee. The QR code is on the screen, as well as the link is in the description box. You can also buy merch from my merch store. Oh yeah. But there are various ways that you can donate to this channel to keep it operational, because it does cost a lot of money to run a channel like this. There's a lot that goes into it. But thank you so much, and I will see you all in the next episode. Don't forget to drop your comments down below and let me know what you think or thought about this episode and what these people are doing with the food delivery services, or what they're doing to these food delivery servers. It's so unfair to me. This is how people are making their money, and it's a really tough economy. And if people are going out there and, you know, hustling in their car and riding their bikes, some people are delivering food on bikes and only getting $2. and then you do something like this. It's just crazy to me. Drop your comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Toodles. Mwah.